Welcome to Hotline TV. I'm Steve Shepard.
And I am John Mercurio. Steve Shepard, you've been working the Hotline's Mexican pandemic flu / Obama nomination difficulties beat forever, right? Only where those issues converge.
It's a very niche.
It's a very niche audience. And yet, it seems to finally be paying off. Let's talk about Health and Human Services, which I think is becoming a big part of the political conversation this week. Health and Human Services, Obama has yet to install one top-level cabinet nomination into that very important department right now, just as this swine flu pandemic is taking the stage. Talk to me a little bit about what's going on at HHS at the top ranks.
Well, we're waiting for Kansas Governor Kathleen Sebelius, who will maybe confirm tomorrow or early Wednesday. There will be 6 to 8 hours of debate tomorrow, and then a cloture vote following that. However, it's getting a lot of opposition from Republicans for two big issues. One is healthcare reform and the Obama administration's insistence on using budget reconciliation as part of that. The second is her pro-choice views.
Right.
And certain inconsistencies in her vetting having to do with political contributions from a late-term abortion provider.
Right. But how does this swine flu pandemic affect, if at all, her nomination? Do you think it makes it easier because people say, look, we need to have some people in charge, and whoever Obama nominates is going to be pro-choice? That's part of Brownback's rationale for supporting her, right?
And also having, someone from his home state.
Right.
I think it might be a little bit easier. And take, for example, someone like Ben Nelson, Democrat from Nebraska, who has said that he intends to oppose Sebelius' nomination, but he may vote for cloture and then vote against the nomination in the end.
So gets it through. And then
once you get 60 votes for cloture, then all you need is 51.
Excellent. All right, but she's not the only person at HHS who's been having some trouble, and it sort of goes to a much larger story about the Obama administration and the really specific restrictions they put on their cabinet. Talk to me a little bit about that.
His choice for Deputy Secretary is Bill Corr, who is the executive director of the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids, and in that position, a registered lobbyist. He has, the White House has already said that he would recuse himself on anything involving tobacco. However, he was originally chosen during the transition, during early January, and his nomination was not sent to the Senate until the middle of March, and he will finally be getting a hearing before the Finance Committee on Thursday for his confirmation.
Right. So but it is finally moving along, but you're saying
it may be finally moving along. The Finance Committee, we've seen more than one snag there this year already.
That's true. We certainly would. But it goes to the larger story, I think, of this whole restriction that that Obama during the campaign put on lobbyists, and it was such a naive, I think, restriction at the time, an idea that really played well during the campaign, but is proving a lot harder to implement as president, right?
Well, that argument has been made by a lot of people. You saw lobbyists march to the White House on Friday over certain restrictions on contact that they can have with administration officials with regard to the stimulus package.
Right.
The other argument that many people made when Bill Corr was nominated was that he was not a lobbyist for a big corporation, but rather a lobbyist making arguably a much more meager salary, fighting for tobacco-free kids. And is that really what these rules were intended to prevent? That sort of influence peddling.
Anybody else at HHS that's sort of stuck in the cog?
Well, you have Assistant Secretary nominee, Harvard professor Howard Koh, whose brother is the Dean of the Yale Law School, who's nominated for a legal advisor position at the State Department, getting a lot of opposition from certain right-wing elements, conservative bloggers, over his beliefs having to do with international and transnational law. There's no indication right now that that's going to hold up his brother at HHS, but there are only 5 nominations sent to the Senate thus far for the department, which is about a quarter of the Senate confirmable positions there.
Slow moving. Slow
Unfortunately, the flu moves a lot faster.
Oh, nice. I mean, not nice.
No, not nice.
But on that, we will end the show. And aren't you guys glad we didn't wear a sombrero today? That's all the time we have for today. Until tomorrow, I am John Mercurio.
And I'm Steve Shepard. Thanks for watching Hotline TV.